These stories have some major distinctions, but also themes of similarities. Sometimes people think they have to do it through investing in one way or another. But our research and the research of others indicate that's not always true. There are numerous ways to achieve financial independence. Very typically, that path is founding a business, making it grow, and adding value. It could also be an inheritance or taking your money and saving it, not living beyond your means, so that you do have money to save and invest. We want to be able to show people what some of the roads taken are and to encourage people that, yes, you can do it. This book is really about stories. I invite you to eavesdrop on these stories that illustrate all the unique plot twists on those paths. And then we add in some of the wisdom that we picked up on along the way. We can't give you the portrait of a millionaire because simply our findings are all different. So find what connects you. A note from Tiffani. I have grown quite fond of our millionaires. When you read thousands of words of transcripts and spend countless hours on each person's story, it's hard not to. There were moments of humor, many off-the-record discussions, too many tangents to mention, and a beautiful amount of vulnerability. We had to whittle all of that down to a couple of thousand words for each. What is special about this book is that these aren't just ideas we compiled, sorted, and calculated on how to achieve financial success, though we do have data too. These are actual longitudinal case stories, if you will, of real-life experiences. They demonstrate how having certain characteristics, values, and mindsets works together over time. Neuroeconomist Paul Zak has found that hearing a story with a narrative with a beginning, middle, and end causes our brains to release cortisol and oxytocin. These chemicals trigger the uniquely human ability to connect, empathize, and make meaning. B. Brown, Rising Strong, 2015. When you learn their story and connect with even one portion, it could be about their children and money, their upbringing that led them to an inspiration or business, a creative solution, or a mistake and how they learn from it. Take note. Try not to absorb just as a listener, but to experience what they did. Their background and life journey are provided to help you see through their eyes, to consider how their choices came about. Maybe it will come to mind when a choice develops in your own life. I am asking you to follow a fleeting inspiration, to connect and discover parts of yourself. Because maybe you don't know what you want, desire, or which direction to go because it hasn't crossed your path yet, i.e., it doesn't exist yet. Apply any aha moments into your own situation. Play freely with this script. This is a movie you are creating. Sense what it feels like with different choices you might make, inspired by the stories here. Then, take a breath. What will you do differently knowing what you know now? What could you incorporate from that insight into your life? Will cognitive dissonance play a part as you process these stories? Will you use a story to rationalize their behavior or your behavior? Or will you accept reality and adjust? Don't lose the thought. Write it down. I borrow from Malcolm Gladwell, as he says it best. Good writing does not succeed or fail on the strength of its ability to persuade. Not this book, anyway. It succeeds or fails on strength of its ability to engage you, to make you think, to give you a glimpse into someone else's head. Even if you conclude that someone else's head is not a place you'd really like to be. Malcolm Gladwell, What the Dog Saw and Other Adventures, 2010. I consider this book a success if even one person is moved by an inspiring thought they can implement that brings